Alright, so the first video stopped. He said I probably had some copyright music playing, even though it was muted. I probably could have. And said it could have been a complaint. It was totally okay. So we're gonna start this over. And I also decided, hey, I decided to basically find a new narrative, the gift of healing for 12/25, 2020. So basically, this is like my first year of peace after breaking free from narcissistic people, family, relatives included, untrue friendships, and toxic lovers. And this is a beautiful journey, but yet at the same time, it's painful. But at the end of the day, I'm happier to be here than where I was a whole while ago. So today has been it started out beautiful, and it was a rocky moments in between, and it was just like, wow. So I've been doing a lot of crying, which is good. It's a beautiful day. There's a lot of people say, well, it's the holiday, you should feel this and that way. You feel exactly how you need to feel. I hear a lot of people say they don't like the holidays, you get holiday blues. Well, if today's the day where you've been crying, and that's fine. You gotta do what you gotta do. So today was inspired by the beginning of the healing journey. Started from me recognizing that envy and jealousy from others in my life has definitely negatively impacted me for quite some time. And I am finally acknowledging it and admitting it, that it's very painful. I'm releasing the emotions now, still as we speak. So, anywho, also I thought I'd offer some if I even have the energy, I'll do a little card reading. How to heal from envy and jealousy that was directed to you. And as if I have the energy, but if I don't, I just don't. So we'll start. The first night I did note cards so I could stay on point. What fear am I facing that's been holding me back from fully loving myself? And how have I let this fear hold me back? Well, if you can relate, great. Awesome. But if you can't, that's fine too. You just learn a new perspective. I have had a fear of being hurt by others, envy, and jealousy. I'm being honest here because a lot of us have experienced this, but we're not really talking about it. We like to show the glamorous sides of life, but can't keep doing that all the time. You know what I mean? And so I have held myself back from being receptive to my abundance by focusing more on possible deception resulting from confidently putting myself out there to be seen instead of being receptive to fully embracing my birthright. So, I wish to fully embrace my birthright. So, that was a pretty big eye opener for me to say that. You can relate, great. Like and leave a comment, subscribe. What gift will I give myself after recognizing how I've let this fear hold me back? So I put up here, identify belief systems that contribute to low self-esteem. There was this thing playing in my head from when my mother used to say to me, you're the type of kid who's gonna shoot up the school or burn a house down. And at the time I was like, because at the time she was abusing me day in and day out. um, physically, mentally, emotionally. Whenever she was having a bad day, and she didn't have the drugs to use anymore, so I was trying to figure out, how can I please her, make her happy, and she would look at me when I was confused because of all the programming that had been done to me, not only by her, but the environment I was in, church, and the climate I was in. And it was something's really truly wrong with you, stuff like that. And I was like, well, what's wrong with me? Is that why you go above and beyond to seek me out when you've had a bad day and then beat the shit out of me? Ah. Okay, so anywho, that's as far as I can go. I'm not gonna go too much. What past actions happened for me so that I can reach my full potential? I learned how strong I was, definitely, by after being around so many bullies. I learned to stand up for myself, even if there's a threat of possibly being abused. And I'm going to share this information with anyone out there who's getting abused. I know I'm not the only one who got abused. I know I'm not the only one sharing my story. If we all just collectively share our stories of how we're healing from the abuse, great. It'll be a better world because a lot of people are being abused out here. And during the spiritual warfare that's heating up and with COVID taking place, it's going to get worse. So if you happen to, you're a survivor and thriver of abuse, please share your story. You have no idea who you're going to be helping. How have I let this fear hold me back? I have let low self-esteem blind me from acknowledging and acting on my true worth. And I put here, recognize how low self-esteem shows up surface level by being afraid to ask for a raise, being afraid to apply to particular jobs, being afraid to speak to people and say what my needs are, um, being afraid to walk away from stuff that doesn't serve me. I mean, I'm even though I'm actively like working on these things and I have better boundaries than I did before, I'm just seeing how it has shown up in my life. If possible, what root knowledge do I recognize? I didn't think I was good enough to ask what I wanted or needed. I was afraid of being hurt, denied something else, kept hearing no, and there was so much poverty around me. I didn't think that what I needed was even worth asking for. I didn't think that I even needed it at that time. And now I can fully say I can see what I need, so I'm gonna go get it and say it. I'm gonna go get it. But we'll go into next signs of low self-worth, because if you're experiencing it, it happens. There's, you second guess yourself when someone questions you. You try to fit into a mode that someone else wants you to be in. Excessive apologizing for things that do not require forgiveness, and excessive apologizing out of guilt or shame. Constantly wanting to please others. Placing others' needs before your own while forgetting your own needs and wants. Disregarding your needs put stops on your goals and dreams long term. Having trouble making a decision because you need to ask the opinion of another before deciding. If you can relate, great. We're all at different levels of these things, so don't take it personal wherever you're at. Don't compare or contrast yourself to anything. Just be open to be like, okay, I do that, or I don't do that, or I do that, and this is how I express it. How I do it on a surface level. If you're feeling up to it, you can even just go root level slowly and surely. But please be gentle with yourself. This healing process is Uh, it can be difficult, but it's totally worth it. Allow others, while you allowing others to treat you poorly. For example, people would treat you the way you treat yourself. An example of not respecting yourself is allowing others to dismiss you without speaking up for yourself. You don't think you deserve much. You allow another, like for example, you allow another employee to boss you around. You have a friend disrespect you by talking down to you. You secretly question whether you deserve a bad outcome. I used to do that, thinking, I bought this on myself. I didn't pay my tithing. This is why bad shit is happening to me. Stuff like that. And we're just covering signs of low self worth. Uh, Another sign of low self worth is not feeling like yourself. Traumatic events can cause people to lose sense of self worth. So, how do you act when you feel helpless or lost? For example, me being honest, I can shut down. Like, I was feeling really sad, so I did not want to do this video, but then I was like, the show must go on. I can still find joy while feeling emotions that I'm not comfortable with, but have to come to the surface. Um, Signs of low self worth: neglecting your own needs, placing others' needs before your own, losing respect for yourself, no longer having need to maintain your own dreams, not advocating for things you want, and not feeling worthy enough to receive your needs or wants. Other signs of low self worth: you stop taking care of yourself, letting everything else in your life go, letting health fall to the wayside, neglecting healthy personal relationships. Another sign is you're lethargic. You're not asking for a raise because you feel you don't deserve one. That's just an example. Not spending time with people who are important to you. Not taking time to shower or eating healthy. Neglecting self care. Stuff like that. If you can't relate to any of these, that's understandable. A lot of people are going through a whole lot, and it's time to get honest and stop trying to look like we got it all together. Um, Stop wishing we were someone else. You don't know what people are going through. And so another sign is you've stopped striving for greater things. You've stopped going after things you want out of fear of the past repeating itself or not feeling good enough to qualify for certain opportunities. You don't try for better. You accept shitty jobs or you accept shitty relationships because you don't know you deserve better. And if you do know you deserve better, you don't know how to do it and you don't ask for help from the right people. You become complacent and not strive for greater things. So those are some signs. More signs. You measure your self worth by outside influences, for example, achievements, job, income, social media. You'll have to experience repeat success in order to feel good about yourself if you have this mentality. And it's hard to maintain long term. You'll avoid things where you could fail, and failure is not bad. At least you tried. So there's that. So then, additional information about knowing your self worth. It's about knowing who you really are on the inside. And when you've been through a lot of trauma, it can be hard to get to know yourself because you feel like like secondhand used good, stuff like that. That's why it's up to you to take the time to get to know yourself on the inside and heal. It's about connection to other people and to our true selves and to our higher power. Knowing your self worth. It's well, anywho, many have been settling for self esteem, like feeling good about how we act, look, feel, and think, instead of seeking what lies beneath. So, being caught up in the selves we create blinds us to our true selves, and learning to love who we seem to be on the outside. We never fully embrace our worth until we dig deeper. And I got this information from psychologist Christina Hibbert. There is a website I went to, I don't know exactly when, but if you are looking for good information about healing your self worth wounds, check out psychologist Christina Hibbert. So, we're going to go over what is knowing self worth. Why is it important to nurture and heal if it's been wounded in any way? And you can define it any way you want. There's infinite ways, but this is the way I'm. It's not being cocky or arrogant, as people say. It is being comfortable in your own skin, trusting your ideas and your gut feelings, and knowing that you deserve to live a successful and fulfillment life, no matter what others say. High sense of self-worth allows you to take control of your life and surroundings. It helps you express your feelings. You know where you know you deserve good. It's treating your could be treating yourself with acts of self-love, practicing self-care to improve mood, spending quality time alone, reflecting or with healthy connections, advocating for yourself, and you're perfect just the way you are. And that's just a few things.
There. The world was like, no, Hezzy, no, Hezzy, no. Not now.
Low sense of self worth effects on your life. It can dictate or control every decision you make, career, life, relationships, stuff like that. And how my personal life has shown up: self sabotage and relationships being sabotaged. So, yeah, I know I'm breezing through these, but you take the information as you take it. Um, how to heal low self worth and transmute it to high self worth and unconditional self love. I just put a few things down here. There's infinite ways to do anything, so go deep and you figure out ways. But if this works for you, great. Um, we have to feel the original hurt.
The question will go away. It's just like all the others, it will go away. And baby, you just don't know. It's better than you to grow. I want to hold you close. Skin pressed against me tight. Right still, close your eyes, girl. So lovely, it feels so right. I want to hold you close, so breath nearly hard. As I whisper in your ear, I wanna fucking tear you apart.
If you know that song, comment it. Okay, so to heal, we have to feel the original hurt to heal it. No matter how painful, it's worth it. We need to reparent ourselves to heal those wounds. We need to just.
You want to smoke with the neighbors?
No.
Shut it down.
We have to discover our ideal fulfilling work, live our life purpose, join support groups so it specifically helps you heal. We need to drop the mask, come out of denial about self-harming behavior, inner work. I am annoyed. So, meditate, write, reconnect to childhood wounds and cry, accept our truth, positive affirmations, do artwork, go out in nature, make time and space to connect with your true self, the child inside, drink warm tea, drink water, listen to calming music. All right, so my personal experience with low self worth. I just feel I'll be better. I just putting this out here because it can help someone, and I don't know who it's helping, but I wish you the best on your healing journey. My wounds go deep. Um, okay, so I'm healing from a bunch of negative, limiting beliefs that have built me for a long time. I've had childhood experience that convinced me I didn't matter. What I said didn't matter. How I felt didn't matter. That I wasn't worth loving, and that I wasn't loving. And I was programmed to think there was always something wrong with me. And then in adulthood, how did this show up? I believed that it wasn't safe for me to embody my truth, so I did not trust myself. And I'm dealing with some of those issues. It's not as heavy as I was a while back. Um, I have trouble accepting the truth of how deeply wounded I am. So I'm being honest. If you're at that stage of your healing journey, well, hey, welcome to the club. I struggle trusting myself.
Let's see
Please, you.
what you're doing.
Okay,
Hi, YouTube. Just making an appearance. That's all.
it's been a bit of a rough day, so for the both of us. Anywho, I struggle believing I am enough. I battle with self doubt and self criticism. I struggle with control. I struggle wanting to be perfect. I struggle wanting to be universally liked and loved. And I overstretch myself to compensate for low self esteem. If you can relate, great. We all have different levels of these things, but it's good to be able to put these out here. A lot of people are afraid that they're this vulnerable. They'll attract the wrong people who will try to use and abuse them. Be quite honest, narcissists will, if you're strong, if you're an empath, they're going to try to whatever. People who are going through what they're going through, they're going to take it out on whoever, if that those people. So I wouldn't take it personal. And it is what it is. But it's time for, as a community, that we get honest with ourselves and say, fuck being afraid of people um, coming at us in ways because we're being honest. A lot of people feel this way and they don't say it. Another thing is, I work too hard. I give too much sometimes and charge too little. I contort myself into funny shapes. So someone else will like the shape instead of my actual shape. And I do this in different levels. Oh, I forgot. I got this from an article, but it was a good way to express how I've been feeling because I didn't know exactly how to put it into words. Oh. Anyway, the good news is my a growing awareness of negative childhood programming. I challenge it every day. And I'm aware of self sabotaging thoughts and behaviors. This actually helps me to move forward. Awareness is a beautiful thing. So I'm aware I'm courageous, perseverant, to overcome, determined, committed to finding freedom, inner peace, and joy. I'm committed to fulfilling my soul purpose. And either way, I'm going to share my gifts and talents with the world, no matter what anyone who tried to strip me of my personal power try to do. And for me to get there, I have to share this, share this because I feel there's a lot of people going through. I know I have something wonderful to benefit a whole lot of wonderful things. Anywho, every healing journey will be different, but the best thing to do is to be honest about it.
Yeah, smoke your weed.
It's been a bit of a day, you guys, for the both of us, okay? So it's kind of like we're just like, you're there, I'm here. So anyhow, gotta get real personal with you guys. If you can relate, great. I thought I wanted to be alone after years of heartbreak and suffering.
Guess who got $20 for Christmas?
You deserve it.
Huh?
You deserve it.
Man, don't tell me you deserve it. I get $20 to Galileo for Christmas.
She deserves it. Thank
Yes,
you.
she does. Definitely
I'm almost done.
does.
I'm almost done.
You finished?
No.
And that's fine. Take your time.
So,
I still love you. You don't have to say nothing to that. I still love you. Your little, what does it ring your neck? Your little, I love you.
okay. You turn the heat on because the door was open. And
No, because of what you said to me, you deserve to freeze. Because if I have to freeze, you have to freeze. Imagine if I was like that.
yeah, I would not be with you.
Right, I'm ready. Imagine.
I'm gonna finish this video, okay? Because I really was having a hard time doing it, and today has been a really fucking stressful day.
I see. And I just want to state for the record, that was really you, not me. You, your things. And I love how you confronted them. You confronted me, but you confronted them also. So you did good today.
All of that is not true. Some of it's true and some of it's not. I'm not even gonna acknowledge it. Please just let me finish.
Don't acknowledge
If I
it,
have to ask,
because we're not gonna go through what was true and what's not. But yes,
if
you're
I
right.
have to ask for
But-
space, 10,
But yes, you're right. And we're not
9,
gonna go through
8,
all of it.
7,
So please,
6,
yes,
5,
enjoy your day.
4, 3, 2. Thank you. Okay.
Want to roll me a blunt real fast? You can roll yourself another one too.
Please. Let me finish, please.
Oh yeah, see.
Let me
I hate it.
stop. Let me finish.
But I hit it right there. So that means
I don't care. Let me finish. That is the least that I can have with the day that we've had. heart truly deserves my soul tribe who will honor my unique boundaries with deep under and overstanding, who do not practice codependency as I do to others. Instead, there is healthy, divine, loving practices. So I'm really okay having a small circle. I got used to pushing people away and being alone. And now I'm seeing that in this healing part of my journey, I have to stop saying I want to be alone and just be honest that I just want healthy connections in general.
Yes, and you deserve your
Please
alone time.
stop.
But can I tell you something so cute?
No.
It's nothing to do with us. Can I tell you something so cute? I had $20 in my hand, and Catalea walked up to me, and 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 Coco was like, "She'll take that from me," and I'm like, "I'm fine with that." And she walked up, and she literally take the $20 out of my hand, and I was like, "Can you keep that, and I give you another one?" She's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's really cute. It
yeah."
really is.
See, see. I told you I had the cute,
I'm glad.
cuteness in the palm of my sleeve.
Okay.
Now you can do whatever you want. Just cut some weeds. That's all I care about.
After I finish what I'm doing, and if you keep interrupting me, it's gonna. Okay, I'm ready. Okay. So, yes, even when you are with a divine counterpart, it's not always perfect, and you have to be understanding of that. Do not glorify spiritually enlightened relationships because you guys are going through your own things and you have to accept where everyone else is, okay? It is simply what it is. And we can always talk about what's it like to be in a healthy relationship where you can stay in your own lane and light and speak your truth and not have to worry about being rejected. Um and there'll be some days where it's not, like it's a healthy relationship is not like the movies. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But we'll get that into that another day. You just have to be flexible and go with the flow of life. And so this is, and yeah, it's in here. Acts of aggression or abuse and not honoring my true essence is what I've experienced on high dosages when I attempted to assert my own needs. A lot of others projected their inadequacies onto me in spiteful ways. For a while, I believed I brought it on myself and that good things were hard to come by. Now I see I am wiser because of 29 years of abuse out of 29 years of life. And this is the first, it hasn't been a full year, but for majority, it's been less than a year where I've actually been able to breathe and get peace from the narcissistic empath dynamic. So it is a pretty big deal to be sharing this with you because before I would have felt afraid that I'm being too vulnerable, I'll attract narcissists, they'll use and abuse me. Nope, not anymore. Being vulnerable and sharing your truth scares the shit out of narcissists. And so I'm gonna do this because a whole lot of people need to be honest. It has been a painful journey, but I'd rather be here in this moment than numbing the pain for almost 3 decades. I have a I was I've numbed the pain I felt for about
happiness.
the wolf majority of my
Love
life.
and mercy and the
And
next
when I started healing, I was trying to heal overnight.
happiness.
And that wasn't healthy. Time heals all wounds. I'm starting to see what they mean. Emotions and feelings of rage and anger are coming to the surface after years of being suppressed. They have been triggered by my personal space and time to process stressful events not being honored when I do it for others. So, people touching me when I insist get away from me, aggressively, passive aggressively, saying, give me space, I'll come to you when I'm ready, being backed into a corner when all I simply need is a moment to breathe alone in my own energy. Um, that's how it's been feeling. Um, my mother did not allow me peace. If she saw me finding peace, she just increased the abuse like crazy. And then she increased the physical abuse, and then the verbal abuse got worse until I felt like a zombie walking around. And she did this whenever she had a bad moment, and she attracted a whole lot of abusers, so she took it out on me. And this is the same woman who would say to me, something's wrong with you. And so, yeah, nor did my relatives, fake friends, or lovers. So I left them behind. I know I do not have to keep leaving people behind, and my soul tribe is being sent to me and I to them. I do have faith that justice is being dealt for all the injustice I experience and the confronting of old emotions that no longer serve me is difficult to bear, but it's worth it. I hope this helps a lot of you. If you're healing, the collective appreciates you. If you're not and considering fully committing to the healing journey, just know you're stronger than your pain. And the collective and I hope you follow through with what's best for your soul. That's your choice in the end. We're not taking on your energy, nor are we giving your energy. We're just letting you know it's time to heal. And to end this, I'm going to tie in how low self worth can contribute to envy and jealousy. Um, Envy is idealizing another, imagining imagining a quality or possession of another to bring you happiness or fulfillment. You believing you lack something that will lead you to be admired as much as you secretly admire another with desired attributes and possessions of it. You devalue another with belittling thoughts due to measuring your self worth against another out of fear of inadequacy or disappointment in yourself. And then you also have jealousy, assuming someone else is receiving the attention, love, or adoration you want for yourself, which is provided by someone from whom you want it. So it's not just relationship based and just. Shame is basis of jealousy. Typical self-protective responses to shame are withdrawal, avoidance, expressing anger or self at others, and the expressing anger itself for others could be by hurting, controlling others, for example. Jealousy increases uncertainty within oneself and causes obsession with maintaining a false sense of security based off of fear or shame. And basically, we're gonna.
We gonna make them jump. We gonna make them turn up. We gonna make them one. We gonna make them.
Oh yeah, I got discharged it, but um, jealousy and envy is a big cause of a whole lot of imbalance. And even though low self worth is not the major cause of it, the only cause, I wanted to pinpoint how if you have low self worth, if you're not working on it, you are more inclined to envy or jealousy. I've been envy and jealous in the past and did not stop. served me, and I've owned up to everything that I've done. And if I haven't, I own up to it from based off of envy and jealousy. And I definitely recommend everyone do it. Be honest of how you have negatively impacted someone and yourself through your envy and jealousy. Not only be aware of how you're impacted by another's envy or jealousy. It has come to a boiling point. I've hid the pain and anger for so long that it's like it's finally coming up and it's time to talk about it. Envy and jealousy is not cool. We're getting too old to be walking around wanting what other people have. Want what you have for your own self. And the world can be a better place if we just know our worth. So that means you gotta take the time. Um, I'm not gonna tell you how to heal from envy and jealousy because there's so many resources that you can check out. Excuse me, for yourself. It's up to you to apply them. If you don't, you don't. If you do, you do. But self worth is you need a high self worth. And if you are healing from traumatic abuse as bad as a lot of people are, it's time to start the journey. So even though Christmas wasn't that great today, it won't be like this forever. Um, I'm just really honest about it, the ups, the highs and lows, the ups and downs of spirituality and healing. And it's time for us to all get this honest and stop walking around like we got it all together. I'm going to end this. And all right.